a shockwave going across the pond. You know, I think it's going to be, whoa, look at what Disney's done. Well, maybe we should, I mean, it's been a bigger problem over there, but still, you know, it's an unofficial reflex of survivors in Hollywood. And all people who work in Hollywood are basically survivors, because it's a nasty, stupid, ugly, cutthroat kind of a business where, you know, you could get sunk by a tweet. So everybody's paranoid, everyone's like trying to cover their ears. It's going to take a while for them to realize that it's no longer a fashionable thing to go ahead and torpedo the prospects of your series by expressing bullshit political views and then you cover your ass at cocktail parties. Not anymore. Not as the for-profit ethos spreads in desperation throughout a secret Hollywood. I think Hollywood may run out of time before they reverse course. Yeah. That thing's like the Titanic. You can't just turn on a dime.
Is that the sport, you know, sports ball? We're seeing there. I mean, it's a disaster right now. Sports is a total disaster. And wrestling, the man came out and he doesn't want any of his people to go on third-party social media because he's fucking running out of money, and he doesn't want any brand competition. I mean, like, sports isn't waking up. I mean, the NFL, when that comes out, when they play in front of their empty crowd, that's gonna be awful.
It's not good, man. I mean, I'm watching the U.S. Open right now. As you know, I'm a huge and I will say that, you know, matches are still compelling thanks to the announcers, but it's definitely a sad and kind of, I hate to say funereal, but it is a much more reserved and circumspect compared to the kinetic excitement that, you know, a touchdown would get from the crowd. You know, an ace, you know, at a break point would get in tennis. You know, it just strips it of so much kinetic energy that it's sad. It's just a constant reminder. You know, it's like going to a restaurant where everybody's wearing masks. You know, it just feels like you're in a enjoy the fucking steak. You know, it's just a sad time for sports, you know, concerts, plays, anything that people use together. It just shows you the communal experience matters. We are social creatures, and not having that crowd out there, hearing, as you're yelling, they're yelling. You know, as you're yelling on your couch, they're yelling in the auditorium or the stadium. It's a grim time.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. People are gathering on their own anyway. And I think, you know, we're talking about people. I mean, it's just a matter of when people get here. That's all we need to get over right now, because not much anything else is gonna change. It's around. And just like some cases, to some people, yeah, some people no. But,
Old Tristram.
Yeah, we're eventually going to have to get back out. And you can, right now, I'm in a county where you can. And the gyms are empty. It's great. I love going to the gym. Got everything to myself. And if somebody walks in there, cool. I'm not worried about it. I'm like seriously not worried about it. I don't know. We have to get over the fear that our soul shoved down our throat for so long, and go out and have fun again. And I think that will lift everybody's spirits up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll happen eventually. I think people will, you know, just people need.
It's really bizarre. It's you know, in the U.S. Open, and you know, the huge stadiums. And they're just empty. Literally, they have like the teams there and everything else. But I mean, if you even in that big space, if you put like 4 people in each section, just 4 people in each section, you would still mount to a lot of applause and yells, and it would be exciting, and they don't even have that. And it's just like, and it is outdoors. I mean, it's kind of indoor-outdoor because they have the roof that opens and stuff. I don't know. It's just, I mean, I guess I understand that the players themselves, but it's just excessive.
It is, because it's not Spanish food.
Yeah.
But, you know, again, like next year, hopefully it's all big fucking but until then, Hollywood needs to survive. Comic book industry needs to survive. Comic book industry is dead. It's dead. It's kind of moved on to its own new thing. You know, Hollywood eating it this badly was not something I suspected. I thought they would be somewhat good to lessen their production a little bit and quality. I am not as optimistic as you and thinking that they will unwoke themselves. I think they are going to quadruple down from this shit, and that's where they're fucked. And I think, you know, I mentioned it to Robert Meyer Burnett, I mentioned it over and over again, all I see is anger. So, all they have to do is like, just entertain. Really try to entertain. Nobody's asking anybody to change their fucking beliefs or anything. Just entertain. Try to just like try not to. Try not to say it out loud for like a month. Try and exercise it. I'm not going to be political for a month. And you might get more followers. You might find, you know, just talk about what project you're working on. Nope, none of that shit. Then, you know, we've had a big break. We're okay without them. I mean, it sucks that we're missing a lot of things, but, you know, a lot of them haven't been broken and they just be broken. And we'll see. We'll fucking see. And, you know, there's a part of me that wants them to eat shit. To eat crow and maybe wake up to this. And I don't think it would be enough, though. I think their egos are just way too big. Way too big.
Well, ultimately, survival is a pretty compelling impetus for change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if the companies go from on top and say, fuck you, keep your fucking mouth shut, we need to make money, that might help. That's all I'm saying.
And I think they could to the white people, but that's about all they can tell. They can't tell anybody else to shut up right now. Because if they do, they will get called out. Look at Ray Fisher. Ray Fisher tried to use the whole situation right now to get back at Joss Whedon. Not Joss Whedon, but like, he was mean to him and he hurt his peepees. So he tried to cancel him on Twitter, and then they ran an investigation that Fisher wouldn't fucking cooperate with. Huh, isn't that funny?
That's what I've heard, which is really surprising. Except for
but real quick, Casey Osowski, the great Casey Osowski. Hail, I can't get over Hollywood. The only place where the more you screw up the job you are given, the more paid to screw up next time. Failure upwards. Casey Osowski must be talking about Dan and Dave, Alec Kurtz, Christian, yeah, they're all terrible at their jobs, and they're all making lots of money. And you and I see talented people in the chat every day. Shit. I mean, all we can do is just point out.
right. Well, at least for me, I'm basically standing at the gate of culture and quality, just advocating for, you know, decent standards of writing not that hard. As long as Hollywood is a goddamn, nexus of nepotism, we will never have the kind of quality entertainment we deserve. And the thing is, it was very easy to provide us to provide us entertainment that would sell like it was quality in the past, because everybody was just kind of in the habit. It was just kind of the thing you did. You automatically went to the theater to see the latest Marvel movie. It's on TV. You got plenty of time. Your job is tired. Things have changed. Theaters now, going to the theater is potentially a big deal. People are at home. They're stressed. They're depressed. They're not. Oddly enough, a lot of them may have more time at home, but they have less patience for garbage. Honestly, I think that they're more discriminating, oddly enough, about what they're going to watch now than they were, because I think they're discovering past libraries, old movies, old TV shows, and things like that, and they're kind of waking up again. It's like a magic spell has been lifted. They're like, this is crap. I don't have to go and see the latest Star Wars thing. I don't have to go and see the latest Marvel thing. I don't give a shit. Look at this. I'm going to go on Amazon Prime. I'm going to watch some Humphrey Bogart. I'm going to check out some 70s, some Japanese stuff. It's just, I think that they're expanding their options, and I think their patience is out. I think they've exhausted a lot of their patience. Those of them that haven't been driven off by political agendas. So, if they're not going to adapt,
That's what we agree on. And I think some companies will, except for DC Comics. For a minute, if DC Comics is firing everybody, to get more. So they're done. They're close. Would even bother. I know there's the 3 Jokers out there. I know there's some good stuff, but I will be supporting what they're doing. I've been out for years. That would take me the rest of my life to read. Spent the day putting up soundproofing and watching TNG. It was cracking out. Yeah, especially when it was hot in that episode, the second episode, all hot, and Wesley is the captain of the ship.
Dead, trapped here. Back and save me.
I'm sick of this. Yes. Like such a little. God, I wish we had. I wish I could come up with a perfect description for him. It's like he's kind of like a little milk toast with a beard. Yes. Milk toast with a beard. Like that adds age to it with private houses.
Soy toast. Soy toast.
Soy toast.
There you go. There you go. I think a Jaeger bomb for $5. Should I fear for 40K comics being made by Marvel? Yes. 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 How many times do I got to say yes? Yes. 40K fans, you guys are as adamant as anime fans, and yeah, if your property is going to Marvel, it will be woke. I don't want 40K to go woke. Also, for anything about DC2, Flash said it was good when I was on Please don't buy it. I mean, I'll maybe secondhand from somebody else, but I do not spend money directly with companies like me or like fans, and have especially with the Wonder Woman book that we're going to go over in just a moment. There is a Wonder Woman book coming out.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
That to this day, people still talk about it, and it's only word now is spreading to the Himalayas and Nepal. And all that saw Wonder Woman 1980.
I think it's going to be a longer cringe because it's not a visual. You got to hear about it.
Oh, it's gonna be the slow burn.
Yeah, but the cringe level, absolutely. Maybe a little more. You know what? A little more. Because one was just like, this is a dumb cover. This is a whole dumb book.